What is up, YouTube? We out here on another one. Barely survived this week. These 114, 115 degree temperatures have been rough. So this is actually going to be the second take on this video. Not even the camera wanted to work in the heat. It's been bad. So that being said, like the title says, we're about to make a little video on stripes. Now, there's dozens of videos on YouTube about how to stripe a lawn. A lot of these give some really good tips and tricks, very good how-to videos. However, from what I've seen, they all got one thing in common. They're pretty much in a neighborhood, smaller residential property setting. Okay, well, here's the deal. Not all that stuff works when you get out into these rural country areas. And when it comes to lining up your stripes, getting everything square, getting them straight, it's not the same. One of the main things you'll see on a lot of these videos is they tell you, pick a point straight in front of you. Head straight to it. Okay, well, I mean, that's correct, but let's see. What if that point's way back there? What if that point's 100, 200, 300 yards away? Hard to keep a straight line, hard to head to one little spot if you can barely see it. Not to mention when you turn around and you head back the other direction. Let's just say you got a 60-inch deck. Well, when striping, you need to use your whole deck. Okay, well, I've made one stripe. It's fairly straight. Nice, long, pretty stripe. And then I turn around to head back. And these stripes are 200 yards long. So you're telling me from 200 yards away, you can measure 30 inches, half the deck, from the edge of that stripe, pick a point, and head straight at it. No, that ain't the way it works. You're gonna have variation, especially when the yard leans. You've got hills. You throw other things in there that complicate the process a little bit. Bumps. I mean, let's just be honest here. A lot of us cut this grass, we're running. We're moving. You running 8, 10, 11, 12 mile an hour and you hit a bump. Your stripe's gonna move. Gonna be a little bit of a swerve in there. So, while yes, you have to pick a point and keep your eyes focused on it, when you're running longer stripes, you have to use your peripheral vision also. Man, I can't even talk. It's too damn hot out here. Amber's sitting over there on the truck laughing at me. But what I do is I'll pick that point. I'll glue my eyes on that spot and I head straight at it. But then I use that anti-scalp wheel also. Like I said, you got to use the whole deck. I know the tip of my blade is right there close with the outside of that anti-scalp wheel, basically the bracket that holds it. So when I'm running, I could be focused on my spot that I'm aiming at, but use my peripheral vision to see that the edge of that scalp wheel is on the uncut grass line, which is another small thing to help me stay straight. Now, your first stripe doesn't have to be perfect. Doesn't have to be. Because your second and your third stripe can be used to correct it. But it helps if you get that first one really close. So what I'm going to show you here, now this has all been trimmed out. I've run around the outside of the yard and everything, kind of framed it in. But I've got the mower sitting here, and I'm lined up with the edge of that house. That sun's bright. I don't know how good the video is going to be, but anyway, I'm lined up with the edge of the house. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to position myself on the mower, even looking down the wall of the house, and use the edge of the house as a straight edge. Now, if I wanted to run the stripes side to side, I just go over there. Same thing, look down the front of the house. Or if there's a bed out front, use the landscaping. Use something on the home or whatever you're going to base your stripes on as a straight edge. So, now we got something to line us up. We've picked a point, that part that's lining us up, as our main objective to keep our eyes on. We've got a secondary point for our peripheral vision, which is going to be the outside of that scalp wheel. So, from there, we want to use the entire deck. We make our first pass. When we come back, using that anti-scalp wheel, that's going to put us pretty much blade tip to blade tip for each pass. My mower is a 52 inch. I use 51 inches when I'm striping. Some overlap is okay, especially in bigger yards, long stripes. You would rather just a little bit of overlap than strips of grass all over the place that you got to come back and catch. Don't get carried away on overlap, but it is okay. So, that being said, I'm going to go ahead and make a couple passes. It is noon. The sun is straight up. So, I don't know how visible the stripes will be to start, but this is a pretty big yard. Haley's already out there cutting. I believe it's around 5.5 acres. So it's going to take us a few minutes to get it done. The sun will move past straight up by the time we're done, and we'll be able to see these stripes a little better. So that being said, let's get this done. So just that easy. Now, while this is a weekly lawn, and it has been 1 week since it's been cut, it's Bahia. Those of you that subscribe and follow us will recognize this lawn. This is just a country lawn full of Bahia weeds. It is not irrigated, nothing, just nature running its course. It's rough, but it's cut weekly. It's maintained properly, even without watering, fertilizing, without none of that. And it thrives. I mean, you could see the clippings, you could see the grass I'm throwing. It's 1 week. I mean, it is growing hard, even in this heat. We've had just enough rain that you would think it was a fertilized lawn. So, that being said, it's gonna have to be double cut. Can't leave all these clippings down. But you saw me head to my point. I don't know if you could see it or not, but my eyes are constantly glancing down at that anti-scalp wheel, back and forth, using 2 points to line myself up. That's some pretty straight stripes. So by the time I cut all this and pass back over it, they're gonna light up. So that being done, that being said, I'm gonna quit talking. I'm gonna get this yard cut, and I'll show you what me and Miss Haley got going on and show you the finished product. So let's do it. There's the sun. Show y'all some more of this. Now, there's a little St. Aug. A lot of Bahia. Weeds, all the weeds. All the weeds. Like I said, just a country lawn. Sun not in our favor, but it's still gonna show. Now, here about the next hour or so, when the sun moves over into place and shining at an angle across the grass, this yard's gonna pop. So, bear with me, walking out to the road. Now, I did double cut. I striped all the way to one side of the yard and then all the way back across. That's it. Too many times I've seen people get in a yard and try to burn these stripes in. 4 or 5 passes. Stop. Stop doing that. You are causing ruts. Now, some areas you can run over ground more than other areas. It depends on your soil. Depends on where you're at. But if you sit there and every week, 3, 4, 5 passes in the same spot, you are going to destroy your lawn or a customer's lawn. These stripes have to move. You can't burn them in the same spot over and over and over. You are damaging the property. Don't do that. I've seen it several times. I've seen it so bad where there either has to be sand or dirt hauled in, or it's got to be tilled up. I mean, I've seen it pretty bad. If you don't walk the stripes side to side, just moving a foot or so each time, you have to cut a different direction. 2, 3, 4 different patterns in the yard and just alternate which one you're cutting. Don't run the same pattern over and over. Big mistake. Seen it too many times. If your stripes aren't showing up, make sure you got some good sharp blades that are 28 to 30 degrees on the angle. Make sure your deck is clean. Make sure your deck is set at the right angle. And make sure you use the whole deck. 95 to 100% of the deck. Blade tip to blade tip from one pass to the next. That'll make the stripes show up. Don't just burn them in. So, all that being said, I'm about to walk across this yard and show y'all. I swear there ain't been a cloud in the sky all week. Now I'm trying to show y'all some stripes that come out pretty damn good. And we got a big ass cloud blocking the sun. Only one. I swear. Only cloud in the sky for a week. It's been 120 freaking degrees, actually about 114, 116. And we've been begging for clouds. None. So, anyway, here you go. Check this out. This is the first time this season these stripes have been put down. These are fresh, brand new stripes. We'll come over here. Same thing, brand new. Again, finally a cloud. Now that I'm trying to show you all this, go figure. But it is what it is. So, hope somebody learned something from this. Hope some people could take something from it. Regardless, if you like what you see, you want to see some more, and you ain't already done it, hit that like, hit that subscribe, and we'll see you next time.